As Assistant Superintendent Patrick Todd, who was in charge of the Tactical Services Unit on the day of the Linden shooting, continued on the stand today, he testified that he did all the shooting of the shotguns and the throwing of the tear smoke canisters. He said he never shot at the crowd, but shot down to the road so that it could ricochet in the direction of the crowd. When grilled about why he took it upon himself to do all the shooting and throwing of tear gas, he said he had more trust in himself than the members of his unit. He said members of his unit were not experienced enough.
ASP Todd, you gave evidence that you fired all the shots, that you fired all the tear smoke. I am asking you, sir, isn't it your standard operating procedures for the men so designated to use their tear smoke guns and shotguns to use them?
No, sir. I use it because of under control and my experience so as to disperse the crowd to avoid any injuries.
So you're saying, sir, the riflemen and the tear smoke gun, the TS gunmen were not necessary. You could have done it all.
You are the one who, you're saying, used the weapons, right? Whether it's the tear gas or the shotguns, as distinct from the person so designated who had those, who had been assigned those weapons, right?
Yes,
That's what you said. So he's asking you then, is it that therefore you could do away with all those persons who were assigned the weapons? That's his question.
I felt more confident to use it because of my experience, and I could either instruct them, but I realized that the experience was not there.
Throughout his testimony, he kept repeating that his unit was pelted with bottles and bricks. He, however, admitted that they never took any of the obstacles they claimed they were pelted with away from the scene as evidence. Additionally, Todd testified that none of the members of his unit ever sought medical attention for the injuries he said they received. He testified also that he did not seek any medical attention for any injuries either. The commission also wanted to get a clearer picture from Todd about the training that his unit received, them being certified and still not being experienced enough to shoot a tear smoke gun or a shotgun.
To fire a weapon which discharges a tear smoke canister, those persons in the unit would have been so trained at the recruit level.
Yes, sir.
And there are training programs conducted by the TSU for those who are in that unit.
Yes, sir.
Is firing one of these weapons which discharges a canister with tear smoke something complex?
Based on experience, you have to look into condition of the wind.
No, is it complex to discharge it?
It could be complex.
Could be complex. What would be the complexity?
The wind, and try to avoid other persons to be affected.
And after a short break in the proceedings, Attorney Nigel Hughes took over the questioning of the Assistant Superintendent and first submitted a photographs of the unit on the day in question at the Mackenzie-Wismar Bridge. Later, Hughes put together a chart with sketches of the area, asking the Assistant Superintendent to point to where the crowds were when he opened fire and to make those markings. He was also pressed about the direction where the bottles and bricks he said his unit was pelted with were coming from.
When you fired at the ground, what did you expect the reaction of the crowd to be when you fired at the ground in their direction?
For them to go peacefully home.
When you were shooting in the ground, at scene at X4, at position X4?
Yes, sir.
Good. Was it the crowd on the bridge that was hurling stones and missiles at you?
I can't recall if my intention was to chase people home, to minimize any injury, minimize the velocity of the weapon of the used.
Assistant Superintendent Todd will return to the witness box early Monday morning when Nigel Hughes will continue his cross-examination. The Commission chairman today indicated that sometime next week the Commission intends to travel to Linden to the scene of the shooting incident. For Capital News, Gordon Mosley.